Hey there, and welcome to another Dave Does video, and today I'm doing Patreon requests. That's where one of the lovely patrons gets to pick up to 3 videos per month for me to react to, and if you're interested in joining the Patreon, the details of how to do so are in the description down below. Today's Patreon has asked me to check out some Ozzy, Osbourne, and Diary of a Madman. Do you know what, I think off of, what was it, Bark of the Moon album, maybe? And I have a vague feeling I had this album years ago. I don't think I really got into it at the time. I was listening to completely different styles. So, and if I didn't have this one, I probably had Blizzard. I know I had Blizzard of Oz, definitely. And then I think I got into, what was it, Osmosis. I really liked. So I kind of got into like with Perry Mason and Mr. Crowley and stuff like that, rather than the earlier stuff. So. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to check this out and share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And let's go check out today's video. I'll share main thoughts at the end, but I will talk a little bit through if there's points for me to talk about. Count it in, 3, 2, 1, go. I know, of course it's the Diary of a Madman. What am I saying? Bark at the Moon. I think I'm losing it today. So would this be like late? This would have been early 80s Ozzy then, I'm guessing. So the question was this Zakk Wylde era, or was this Randy still? Sounds like Randy. Ooh. Oh, interesting time changes. I like the beat map they've set up for this. It's so eerie. Very theatrical.
Diary of a madman, walk the line again today.
I'm trying to work out how I feel about this. There's nothing positive or negative going to mind. I'm sitting in the middle at the moment. I do like the overall vibe of the track though. It's almost carousel-y in like hurdy-gurdy, kind of waltzy. Yeah, waltz is probably a good way of putting it. It's like a waltz tempo. I find my phone. I'm sure this. Why do I think this is Randy? '81, yeah, so early 80s. Okay, yeah, so it was still a Randy. I was going to say there wasn't enough like pitch squeals going on it for it being Zakk. vibes of like almost Deep Purple in this one as well. I was sort of in my head just starting to think about like how much does any of this remind me of like Sabbath, and it's like not really. Apart from obviously being Ozzy, it doesn't really remind me at all of any Sabbath stuff. That little riff there is very Sabbathy though. And that makes sense. Obviously, the reason Player was playing with the band for a long enough time makes sense. It's how good the bass and the drums sound together. Liking how they use like a choral or choir effect or whatever you want to call it at the end. We're like, that's cool. That was interesting. Okay, let's talk about the track as a whole then. So obviously there's no video for us to compare it to, so we can't do anything about that. I really like that waltz tempo that was going on underneath. It keeps it really interesting. It keeps you moving whilst also keeping you slightly on edge. It is a creepy vibe, which I like. I really do like the vibe of how creepy and twisted the song is. Musically, it doesn't sound like Sabbath, so that's great. Of the two, I'm not a massive Sabbath fan. I'm not a big Doom fan. I find Ozzy's work has got elements of the Doom, but it's more of a hard rock attitude. Which is perfect because that's exactly what I want from my music. I want a bit of hard rock. I want something that's got a bit of attitude towards it, but doesn't take itself too seriously. I was listening out for pitch squeals because obviously I wasn't quite sure if Zach had joined at this point because I wasn't sure when this came out originally, but now it's 81. It was Randy Rhoads' last album. Makes sense because he doesn't do a lot of pitch squealing, unlike our lovely Zach Wilde does. The hard thing for anyone with Ozzy Osbourne is anytime you hear Ozzy, you're always going to compare it back to Sabbath if that's what you originally heard. And there are other people that there's a guy called Ryan from who was in a band called Soil, and then he went on to Drowning Pool, and now when he joined Drowning Pool, you just compared everything he did with Drowning Pool to Soil because he's got such a distinctive vocal style that you always end up comparing it back. Whereas for me, with someone like Ronnie James Dio, for instance, I don't compare Ronnie James Dio to Sabbath because I don't associate Ronnie James Dio with Sabbath. I've always known of Ronnie James Dio as in Dio or himself as a solo. Never, I didn't really know of him as a Sabbath guy, so I don't think of him as Sabbath. So it's interesting where you first hear a vocalist or what style you hear him. That's where you associate the person for all future endeavours. Now I was a big fan of the Osmosis, and actually, yeah, I get the vibe on this one. I actually prefer the vibe of this sort of track than something like Bark at the Moon. Bark at the Moon's fun and Crazy Train are fun, but there's not really as much substance behind it, whereas this has got more of a, there's the element of the storytelling, that it's taking you on a journey. It really gets across that idea of being nuts, basically. That's the technical term, by the way, being nuts. The craziness, the vibe of just losing your mind in a little bit of a way. That kind of spiraling waltz tempo underneath. There's nothing wrong with that track at all. It's a good song by Ozzy. I've definitely never heard that, so it's definitely a first for me, and I really enjoyed it. I'd like to go back and check out some more of the Ozzy earlier stuff, so I definitely will at a future date. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the video sometime very soon. Take care.